Auto Club being turned into a short track. Jimmy Johnson will be driving an IndyCar. Sebastian Vettel will be driving for Racing Point, and Sergio Perez is leaving. It's been a big week for motorsports. It's been a lot of news this week. And the next one, this depends on who you are, depends on where you thought he would go. But Bubba Wallace is not returning to the 43 team. He will be leaving Richard Petty Motorsports at the end of this year to go elsewhere. We're going to talk about where he could potentially go, how it impacts Richard Petty Motorsports, and all that other stuff. So let's first read the statement from Bubba Wallace. He said, "This was not an easy decision, as I have nothing but the utmost respect for Richard Petty and his family, but I believe it's time for someone else to take over the reins of the number 43. Thank you to the King and everyone at Richard Petty Motorsports for giving me the opportunity to start my Cup Series career. I've grown so much as a driver and as a person since joining them. We've got 9 more races together, and I hope we can finish the 2020 season on a high note." So there is Bubba Wallace's statement on leaving Richard Petty Motorsports. Remember, there's been a lot of speculation around his name. There were rumors that he was going to stay at Richard Petty Motorsports and become an owner. Then there were rumors that he would stay and become an owner of Denny Hamlin, Michael Jordan, Bubba Wallace, Richard Petty Motorsports, and they would switch to Toyota, and there would be a second driver in there. There were rumors that there were a lot of rumors. I don't know them all. That's just a few of them. There were rumors that he was going to go to the 42 car, rumors he was going to go to the 48 car. There have been rumors about basically every ride that's open that he would go there. Not every ride, but the big ones. So yeah, big deal for Bubba Wallace. That obviously has picked up a ton of sponsorship this year. Just for example, Columbia, DoorDash, Cash App. This is just in the past couple of months. So he's picked up a lot of sponsorship that he's probably going to take with him, and that's the part that stings for Richard Petty Motorsports. They were hoping to keep Bubba Wallace at Richard Petty Motorsports, obviously because they think he's a good driver. He's improved significantly this year. His first 2 seasons in 2018, 2019, they just weren't good. They ran back of mid-pack. He finished 28th in the standings both years, I think. But this year they made a huge step forward, top 25 in points, maybe even top 20. They're knocking on the door for that. And they've had some good runs. They had a top 10 at Martinsville. I think they were just outside the top 10, but they ran top 10 most of the day. Top 10s, a few top 10s, top 5 at Daytona. So they've had a couple good runs this year, and obviously in his career he had a top 5 in Indianapolis, top 5 in the Daytona 500 in 2018. So he has had some good runs in his career at Richard Petty Motorsports, but Bubba Wallace wants a more competitive ride. He wants to win races. He's not here to run 15th to 20th and maybe get a top 10 or a top 5 once or twice a year. He wants to compete for wins, and he thinks he can do that elsewhere, and I think that's a good decision for him personally. Obviously, it's going to hurt Richard Petty Motorsports a lot. A lot of these sponsors invested in Bubba Wallace, not Richard Petty Motorsports, so some of them might go with Bubba Wallace wherever he ends up, and they might not follow Richard Petty Motorsports. So Richard Petty Motorsports, remember a couple of years ago, there were rumors that they were going to shut down. I don't know where they're at now financially, but some of these sponsors, if they don't stick around, it could hurt Richard Petty Motorsports, so they're going to need to find a driver who has some sponsorship with them that they can bring to the team. So it'll be interesting to see who takes over the 43 and what sponsors they can bring with them and how long they can stay afloat. On to Bubba Wallace and his future. It's tough to say. There's some reports going around right now that apparently Chip Ganassi Racing offered him a spot in the 42 car. They said, here's an offer, and apparently he didn't respond, and they've rescinded that offer. I don't know if they're going to, it's kind of like it's one of those business games, or it's a game of chicken. It's like Bubba's going to call back and be like, whoa, hold on. And Chip Ganassi be like, yeah, that's what I thought, or whatever. Or if Chip Ganassi's really like, look, you didn't look at the offer, you don't get it. We're going to look for someone else. I don't know if it's legit. I don't know if the report is true or what, but that's apparently the status with him in the 42 right now. Obviously, there's rumors of him in the 48. The open cars this year, the 10 is locked up. He's not going to be returning to the 43. The 14 is still technically open. I don't think he'll go there, but the 48 and the 42 are the top most speculated for Bubba Wallace. And obviously, lots of people want this. They're saying the return of Kyle Larson. Of course, Kyle Larson fired midseason after his ordeal, saying a racial slur on a live stream. and was eventually fired, lost all of his sponsors. Even Chevrolet pulled out from Kyle Larson's team. And so Kyle Larson coming back, that's a big deal. That's a lot of things. People are saying Larson to the 48, Bubba to the 42. Here's the thing. I personally, if I'm Rick Hendrick, I'm putting, out of those two drivers, I think Kyle Larson is a very talented driver. He's been killing it in the dirt series. He's got like 30 wins in 35 races, and the other finishes are like second and third. I don't know if that's a fact, but it's been something like that. He's been kicking everyone's butt in the dirt series. Here's the thing, though. You look at Kyle Larson's Cup career. Yeah, he had a really good year. I think it was 2017 or 2017. He had 4 wins or something. Swept Michigan, won Auto Club in Richmond, and was a championship contender, but had some unfortunate circumstances and was eliminated early. Other than that, it's been hits and misses for Larson. You saw his rookie year was a really good year. He had some really good battles with Jeff Gordon, Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, but he missed the playoffs, didn't get a win. It's his rookie season. Second year, misses the playoffs again, not a great season. 2016, gets his first career win. Looks like Larson's about to start heading in the right direction. 2017, gets 4 wins. Is a championship contender, eliminated in the second round of the playoffs. 2018, winless. It was a part of that epic finish with Kyle Busch at Chicagoland. 2019, finally, for the first time in his career, makes the round of 8. 2020, gets fired. But that was his fault. It wasn't like because he sucked as a driver or anything. It's because he was stupid. But anyways, that's beside the point. When it comes to picking between Bubba Wallace and Kyle Larson, if I'm Rick Hendrick, if you look at the talent standpoint, what's been proven so far, yeah, you'd pick Kyle Larson. But when you pick Kyle Larson, you're taking a lot of controversy. Some sponsors might not want to join on. Even your manufacturer, Chevrolet, I don't know what their relationship is like with Larson now. I don't know if they would be willing to backtrack and say, hey, you know what, we'll take a chance on him again. I don't know about that, and that's a really controversial pick for a driver, considering his most recent, you guys know what happened. So the thing is, picking between Bubba and Larson, and then if he picks Bubba, you have sponsorship. If the sponsors like DoorDash, Cash App, Columbia go with Bubba Wallace, so you have some guaranteed sponsorship there. And it seems like Hendrick Motorsports has been struggling a little bit with sponsors with some of their drivers like Bowman. So bringing along sponsors is a big deal in NASCAR, obviously, and I think that's a big thing. And also, Rick Hendrick has been known to pick drivers who have not exactly proven themselves yet. Bubba Wallace has a few truck wins. He made the playoffs in the Xfinity Series a few years ago, I believe. But in the Cup Series, he has not had that opportunity to go out and compete for wins every week. He hasn't had top 10, top 5 equipment. He has not had good equipment in his career yet. He's been in Richard Petty Motorsports equipment. I'm sure there are great people over there at Richard Petty Motorsports. Richard Petty is one of the greatest drivers of all time, but that team is a mid-pack team. Mid-pack teams aren't going to win races. They're not going to consistently be in the top 10, top 5 competing for races. So picking Bubba Wallace is taking a chance. That's giving him his first real opportunity in the Cup Series to compete for wins and maybe even down the road compete for a championship. And I think that's a good thing for Rick Hendrick. As I said, the sponsors. And as I said, he's been known to take risks on drivers before. Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, for example. I don't think Bubba Wallace is going to be quite... he's not going to win 7 championships. He's not going to win 93 races. I don't think he'll get anywhere near there. But you got to take that risk. You got to say, hey, this guy has not had an opportunity in the Cup Series yet. Let's give him his first shot. He's got some sponsors. Let's give him a shot. Let's give him an opportunity to prove himself in the Cup Series, to prove that he's a talented driver and that he belongs here. Bubba Wallace has not had that opportunity yet. As I said, the 43 car has not been good. So he hasn't had that opportunity. So no matter who takes him on, whether it's Chip Ganassi Racing, Hendrick Motorsports, or even Stewart-Haas Racing, let's say Stewart-Haas Racing jumps in and takes him, it's going to be a little bit of a risk versus reward. You take the risk of signing a guy who has not had the opportunity of driving a good Cup car yet. You take the risk of him potentially not being good, but you also take the risk of him being really good, and that's the reward part. Let's say he does go out. He wins a race in his first year. He eventually starts winning multiple races a year. He eventually wins a championship down the road. You got to take that risk, look at the risk versus reward. So either way, it's a big decision for whoever takes him on. I think Bubba Wallace does deserve that opportunity. However, he has worked very hard in his Cup career, even his Xfinity and Trucks career. I think he deserves an opportunity to drive for a big team, to drive for a competitive team that can be in the top 10, top 5 every week, compete for wins. So I think that's a big opportunity for Bubba Wallace. He's taking a chance on himself, and I don't blame him. He's got a lot of eyes on him. I think he'll go to a bigger team. My guess would be Chip Ganassi Racing, but if it's true that they rescinded the offer, Hendrick maybe, but I don't know. It's going to be tough. It'll be interesting to see where he lands. We'll talk about that whenever that news breaks, but man, it's going to be a lot of speculation in the upcoming weeks before he makes his decision, but it's going to be interesting. As I said, man, I don't know. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, share, all that stuff, and see you later this week.